Hello, everyone. Welcome to this event. I believe we are expecting many more people to join in, but I think we will slowly move ahead so that they can carry on joining whenever convenient to them. I'm really excited to have Mr. Graham to explore the fascinating world of mindfulness and its profound impact on mental and emotional well being. Mr. Graham has 37 years of educational experience, including 26 years internationally in places like Hong Kong, Dubai, The Hague, and Bangkok. He has been a school leader, keynote speaker, and consultant. Previously, he was head of a UK state school, principal at the International School of The Hague, Deputy Superintendent at the International School of Bangkok, and founding director of Fair Green International School. Mr. Graham prioritizes students' well-being and currently serves as the executive chairperson of Mario Education and a safeguarding trustee for a multi-academy trust in the UK.
Thank you, Dr. Chatterjee. It's really wonderful to be here with you all, and I'm excited to dive into these important topics today. So let me also take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Ravi Chatterjee. He's a distinguished university professor with a deep passion for academics and research in the areas of service innovation, sustainability, and entrepreneurship. But his ability to balance his professional and personal life is something that his family and his friends admire. And as a dedicated mindfulness coach, his mission has always been to empower people on their journey to a healthier, happier life. Through his years of experience and passion for holistic wellness, he's helped countless individuals discover their inner strength and achieve their goals.
Thank you so much, Mr. Graham, for that introduction. Let's start our discussion by understanding the first aspect, which is how mindfulness can help in mental and emotional well-being. To understand mindfulness, it's all about being present in the moment and be fully aware of our thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness helps individuals to reduce stress and anxiety, improve focus, and enhance their emotional state. For instance, participating mindfulness meditation or doing it on a daily basis, even just for 10 minutes, it can lower stress levels. This can lead to improve overall well-being and better decision making. In organizations, mindfulness practice can boost employee morale and productivity. Mindful leaders can create a positive work environment, fostering collaboration and reducing workplace stress. So, Mr. Graham, you have worked for so many years in different parts of the world and have headed prestigious organizations. Can you please share examples of how you have seen mindfulness positively impacting individuals or students' well-being?
Absolutely, Dr. Chatterjee, and thanks for outlining very clearly the importance of mindfulness. So I've been in education for 37 years now, and in that time I've witnessed some really profound positive impacts of mindfulness on particularly on students' well-being. So mindfulness techniques such as meditation and deep breathing have really helped our students develop, amongst many other things, emotional resilience and self-regulation. I've seen many students, particularly in Dubai, The Hague, and Bangkok, using mindfulness strategies to help manage their own stress and their anxiety, and ultimately leading to improved focus and academic performance. And moreover, I think mindfulness practices help to enhance interpersonal relationships and foster attributes like empathy and compassion. And they create a more harmonious, for us in education, a more harmonious school environment, which is what we're all really seeking. So I think by prioritizing student well-being and focusing on self-care as well as caring for our students, we help them navigate the many challenges of what is a rapidly changing world. And as a school leader and more recently now as an educational consultant, I've always been a strong advocate for integrating mindfulness into our educational systems as well as our schools.
That is great to know. I think to develop a culture prioritizing well-being and safety for employees and students, organizations can promote open communication channels for reporting concerns, providing training on safety protocols, offering mental health support, establishing clear policies, and regularly reviewing and improving safety measures. Mr. Graham, I will request you to kindly share how you have implemented or with well-being initiatives or programs in educational settings. And the reason I ask you this is because when I understand that building a culture of trust and accountability is essential for any organization as it ensures welfare of all the employees.
Dr. Ravi, you mentioned the word trust there, and I think that's absolutely critical. Research tells us that young people who have at least one trusted adult in their life that they can rely on, so it might be a parent, it could be a teacher, they are protected against almost every risk factor there is. And my experience in education has allowed me to really witness and implement well-being initiatives that cater to the very unique needs of students in diverse international settings. I believe that prioritizing well-being not only enhances academic outcomes, but it also prepares students for holistic success in all aspects of life. During my tenure as a school leader, I initiated a number of programs that included promoting mental health awareness, establishing counseling services, and integrating well-being education into the curriculum, not just as an add-on extra. And of course, I appointed key people who had far more expertise in this area than me, and I gave them license to create what we felt was a culture of extraordinary care. So, for example, at the International School Bangkok, we introduced mindfulness practices and stress management workshops to help students cope with the pretty significant demands of an international education in the classroom, but also on the sports field. But one thing, we made sure that we trained our teachers first, and then we gave teachers time to practice their own mindfulness before working with students. So it's a bit like, we hear on an aeroplane, fit your own oxygen mask before helping others. And these mindfulness sessions were, of course, voluntary, but they had a greater sign-up rate than almost anything else. And they were part of a wider culture of care, which focused on things like values and social emotional learning. And then moving more sort of up to date, as founding director of Fairgreen International School in Dubai, I had the real honor and a privilege of building not only the structure of a school, but school culture from the ground up. And we focused on a culture that celebrated well-being. We were the Middle East's first sustainable international baccalaureate school. So of course we incorporated environmental, social and economic sustainability practices into what we did. However, over a fairly short space of time, this message about sustainability gradually grew into one about care. Care for self, care for others, and yes, care for our planet. So sustainability, mindfulness, for me, it's all about care. And then right up to current day, currently I'm executive chairperson of Mario Education, and I continue to advocate for student well-being on a much broader scale. So our framework that we use in schools focuses on nurturing students' emotional intelligence and life skills, which are absolutely essential for their overall development. So we help students track, monitor and improve their own well-being, self-management, self-advocacy and other key life skills. And additionally, as well as my work with Mario, I'm a safeguarding trustee for a group of schools, a multi-academy trust in the UK, and I help our almost 20 schools ensure that well-being remains a central concern, promoting policies and practices that create safe and supportive learning environments for all of our students.
Thank you so much for sharing your amazing experiences. When people are happy and not worried about their safety, they're more likely to learn and grow. And they can focus on their tasks and feel free to ask questions and make mistakes, which are essential, for continuous learning and personal growth in an organization. Well, Mr. Graham, as you are presently working on creating technology based wellness solutions, can you please help us understand how can technology enhance well-being, safety, and learning attitudes in educational institutions or workplaces?
Sure. I think it's a really interesting one because we often don't associate technology with well-being. There are many negative connotations about screen time and tech addiction and so on. So what we do at Mario Education, we leverage the power of technology to support well-being. So not only do we help diagnose when things are not quite right, we also provide a wide range of strategies to help and improve well-being and learning. So we provide access to many resources, teacher training, personalized learning tools, real-time feedback, things like that. And schools and businesses and organizations can then feel confident. They really have their finger on the pulse of well-being. This is not a once a year survey. This is a regular check-in. And if things go off track for a student or an employee, then first of all, they have the tools and the strategies to help themselves, and also we have the data to be able to know when they need help and intervene. And I think when we look at young people, I'm not young anymore, but young people have a different relationship with technology. They've never known a world without it, and they trust it more than we do, which can be a good thing, but also, of course, a challenge. So what we do, we use this relationship with technology to help create a more mindful approach to life, and one where we can support our young people through adolescence and beyond. So some of the technology-driven tools we use for promoting well-being and safety are, for example, we use a check-in tool, and people can do this on whatever device they have. So they use a series of sliders to check in and self-report how they're feeling on aspects like their own safety. And that might be safety at home, safety in the workplace or at school, safety online, how they feel about their own relationships, their sleep, nutrition, exercise, energy, and many, many more metrics. But it's so interesting, the very act of stopping and reflecting on who they are as a person and as a learner or as an employee, how they're feeling today, just that stopping helps them actually be in the moment, not always focusing on planning ahead and what's coming next. And I think we sometimes find that really difficult now as human beings in sort of 21st century global society, is to stop and be in the moment. And then the self-reporting is then seen by a line manager or a teacher or another trusted adult, and they can follow up with a really strategic conversation, a coaching conversation about what support is needed based on those metrics. So what we find is that in our schools we work with, teachers are now aware of the physical, the mental, and the academic well-being of their students in a way that they never were before. And they almost have an insight into the mind of young people. They're having conversations they would never have had before. And then the data that's generated gives each school or each organization a way of assessing the social and emotional health of their organization or their school.
Wow, that's really wonderful. And while you were speaking those examples and how technology is helping these students, I really see that there is a lot of possibilities for technology to helping the students, and especially when the world is becoming so uncertain, and especially the shift that is happening in the AI world. There are so many discussions in schools, and the recent events here in Dubai also had this aspect covered, that what is going to be in the future related to job market or education as such, and what the students are studying right now, how much it is going to be beneficial, so within all these discussions it creates so much of stress already, and I believe there is a lot of peer pressure and the pressure coming from the society. So within that, I think if there is the institutions or the schools can really reach out to the students at the right time and provide the kind of help that they really require. With my personal experience in higher education, I also see a great need of this kind of support system. Many of the students who grow into the colleges, and they may not have really learned to express themselves, or there are many aspects which they don't feel very comfortable sharing. So I think if they have an application where they can really go and feed in their their state of mind and can be monitored, I think that can really help. So I believe that all these examples that we discussed today is going to be of really great help to the audience who is listening there. Of course, we have recorded this particular session and we'll be putting it up for a bigger audience. So we had a great discussion. We understood the various aspects of mindfulness and its transformative impact on mental and emotional well-being. We also discussed the importance of fostering a culture of well-being and safety within organizations, along with leveraging technology to support these endeavors. So thank you so much, Mr. Graham, for sharing all your experiences and learnings.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi. Really enjoyed this opportunity. And I just want to reiterate what you said there about the challenging world that we're living at the moment. We're surrounded by a lot of negativity, and we sometimes don't know how that's impacting, particularly on our young people. So anything we can do really to help and support and understand more, I think is worthwhile. So I encourage everyone out there, whether you work with young people or not, to continue exploring these topics, because for me, nothing is more important. We talk about the importance of learning in our organizations. We can't learn if we don't feel safe and cared for. So really important, I think, to remember that journey to well-being for all of us, we're all at different places, but that journey is never ending. And thanks once again for being with us today. Please, Dr. Ravi and I would love to take any questions, or if you have any thoughts you'd like to share with us, please feel free.
I would also request all of you to please get connected to both of us. We both are working in the space of wellness, so related to any institutional or organizational support, we should be able to provide some direction. So I believe if you really don't have any questions, we are just a message away. You can connect with us over LinkedIn, and like I said, we will be putting it up for the bigger audience. You can follow me on YouTube as well. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Graham, for being here and sharing your experience. And thank you so much for the audience.
My pleasure. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dr. Ravi.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.